Hey, what's up, people? Hope you're all doing well. I'm really excited to make this video for you guys. Hope it adds some value to you guys. That's the intention. So, I was thinking what YouTube can teach us about consistency and self improvement, really. And I encourage everyone to start a YouTube channel as well, no matter how shitty it is, my video isn't of the best quality, not the best background, best sound, but you still make an effort to come in front of the camera. I just encourage everyone, please do that. Thank you. And yeah, so in order to grow in YouTube or in any platform in life or in the market, you need to think systematically. You need to think like an algorithm. Only then you're thinking clearly. For example, let's say YouTube, and let us break it down systematically. You know, there is you putting out the content, and there is YouTube, which has an algorithm processing the content, and then you get the output in the form of subscribers. Or, if you are looking for any appointments through your description, then you get the conversion. And based on that, you have the feedback on how many subscribers you have grown, and you take that feedback and again input into this feedback loop. Like if your subscribers are growing, that's a sign that you're doing really well. And that's the input you need to take and improve your content. And for example, your subscribers aren't growing, that means that you're not adding enough value to the market. So that's a feedback that you need to take and work on improving the value that you're providing to the market. Ultimately, it's a value that makes a difference. It's not like, of course, consistency is the key, but being consistent, adding value is the real deal. And yeah, and when we talk about consistency, let's say you have taken a commitment to upload videos every like 3 times in a week. You have made that commitment to yourself, and you started to post in an algorithmic way, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you're posting every day. And then for every post, what's happening is like, think of YouTube as a scale, and with every video you are putting like rocks on the scale. And when the scale hits the value of like 1 kilo, let's say, then YouTube starts to think there is some substance through this channel to look into. Then it will start to recommend outside. So there is a latency period you'll have to wait for that to happen. Like for example, when you posted the first video, then YouTube looks at the algorithm. Like it says you kind of push the algorithm by 0.0001%. The second video, 0.0002%. Third video, 0.0004%. Then 8%. Then 16%. 32. So it's kind of growing exponentially now. As you post it consistently, the algorithm grows exponentially. And every time you're being consistent, it kind of rewards you by growing. You may not see that you're growing, but you are growing. It's like you're like a bodybuilder. You go to the gym every day and you do workout, and you don't get the cuts on the very first day, but being consistent, you slowly are improving your muscle. And one day, when it hits the threshold, then it kind of gives you the cut. So there is a latent period for the muscle to give you an aesthetic look to your body, right? So just like that, you need to wait for the latency of that algorithm to hit it so that you kind of blast into the algorithm. You cannot work against the algorithm, you need to work with the algorithm. So you need to think algorithmically, you need to think systematically. You have to become like a machine to understand a machine. And for example, like you are a machine, you need to think like a machine now. Like, let's say the input that you put into YouTube is like an idea, and the idea is like processed, and it is like in the form of output, it would be like a video which gives us subscribers and everything. So there are like certain processes when you think systematically. It's like there is ideation of your idea, and then you take that idea and then you develop into some beautiful concept, into video, which we call creation, and then you package it beautifully and store it in your computer and then edit it and make it beautiful, and then you distribute it. So you see, there is a process for your idea when it is coming into distribution. You might think I'm just recording and uploading, but there is a lot of process when you're thinking systematically, and you can observe, right? It's like you have input this much of content, and you have unlimited number of ideas in your head, and how much of these ideas are coming out? Not very much, right? Ultimately, we want to be having equal number of ideas to equal number of output. So the yield is different, the throughput is different. So what is the bottleneck that is not letting your ideas to not become 100% yield? So you have to think systematically. That is what I encourage you. Start to think systematically. Like systematically is like, when you start thinking systematically, you understand, like, okay, this is the input, this is processing, this is output, and this we are taking feedback, and we are understanding. We know now, everything takes time, and you take the feedback from the output and these things. So what is the benefit of thinking systematically? It's like you do not get emotional in this process. That's a big takeaway. That is what I'm trying to convey here. When you start to think systematically, you give things time, because now you understand latency, that it would take time to reflect upon. And when it reflects, you take the feedback from the output, and then you learn from it, from the feedback, and then again improve it. So that is what happens when you start to think systematically. That is my effort from this. Hope I delivered what I wanted to say, and hope it was informative.